Harris and Mike Rodkay from the U.S. Army Reserve. Some wonderful people from the Wizard of Oz. So let's sit back and enjoy this show that is just so remarkable. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure, can't you see, to introduce somebody that's just remarkable. He really is. And he's paying me lots of money to say this. So here he is, Mr. John Berkey.
Hey!
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mike. Welcome to your guest announcing again tonight, huh?
Yeah. It's kind of permanent, isn't it, John?
Yeah, it is getting kind of firm. What happened to Fishbox? What's the deal with him?
Seeing this idea.
Jim Bob, how are you tonight?
Fine.
You still got, if you can see his face, well, with our camera, I'm sure you can't, but he's still got makeup on from the musical. Speaking of the musical, we have some musical people with us tonight. And speaking of music, this is the fourth, fifth installment of Name That Tune.
Yeah! We'd like to say that we're really serious about this, and we'd like to give a free pair of tickets to any movie of your choice at the Valley Forge Cinema. If they can send in letters.
Whoa! Now wait. Is Valley Forge donating these tickets because of the publicity we're giving them? We have to talk to them about that. Yeah. We don't give things away that we don't get free. That's the wrong impression.
These are main trumpet.
They have to write in, right?
Yeah.
And we'll give, of course, the address, the Eggemeyer Network. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, since the main trumpet is gone, I'm going to try my best to play the note.
Okay.
You can do it, Jim.
Here's the note. This is the last.
The little train that knew he could.
Oh, I know. Send in your letters, please.
Call the elephant.
Okay, so they ought to send that. So now, if you know the name of that tune, if they win 2 tickets, so that'd be like for a person and a date, maybe, to the Valley Forge Cinema. What'd that cost us? $2?
Yeah.
This is the $3.50 movie. And they send the answer to Studio 1,
Yes.
Washington High School, and we have our own mailbox in the office. I hear. Mrs. Cook is.
We just draw one.
We draw the winner on the show.
Yeah.
So you're expecting more than one.
Hey, all right.
Well, thanks, Jim, and we'll be getting back to you.
That desk there, John.
The desk doesn't seem like it's in the correct place. Anyway, we have a good show tonight, don't we? We have.
Show, as I mentioned earlier.
Who do we have? We have people from the musical tonight, and we have a.
Mike Rodkay and Sergeant Harris.
Yes, they're going to talk about the United States Army, and they're going to be out here, and people from the Wizard of Oz. But what do we have first? Mike, what's been going on in your week? In your
still grounded.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Moss. Just kidding, you're a great guy, Mr. Moss.
Great guy.
Okay, moving on here, we're going to, you mind if I plug something real quick, John?
What, the toaster maybe? Or what? No.
A toaster.
Oh, nobody on the drums.
There we go.
Well, what do you want to plug, Mike?
Well, basically, I think in an effort to get new people to write into the show, or actually people to write into the show, well, it has been
Well, I've got a viewer mail letter in here someplace.
It has been suggested to me that
It was from
we
your
give
mom.
away
but-
a free autographed sponge to the first 10 people that write into the show. And we're going to go ahead and come up with a nice little promo, so to speak, next week for this. And
A
we'd like
promo?
you all to write in for this. Yeah, promoting our sponge.
That's the WCHS Today autograph. How do you autograph a sponge?
I know, it's going to be hard, but we're going to do it. And we're going to show people that it is possible to autograph sponges. That's the question that pops out a lot, John, so, you know. Just like to cure that for some people out there.
We have tonight, of course, our Judy Kaler countdown calendar. It was started last week. Wait, a drum roll. And here's our calendar girl. No, wait. Now, before we let you go, you have a nice rose in your hair tonight. Where'd you get that?
John gave it to me.
John, whose garden did you get that out of?
What?
I told you about this. I mean, the people of Kroger's don't like this. John walks in and he pulls out of the plant
I had to do
Kroger's
that.
refrigerator. I don't know. I don't think that's fair. Let's put into this, guys.
We, a couple weeks ago, we sent these little forms out to TV Club members. You can write them in from home, but for possible guest ideas, I thought I don't know if we're ever going to have some of these people on the show, but I just thought I would see what the audience thinks. just tell me what you think about some of these guests. How about Peoria Rivermen? No? That doesn't seem to get their fancy a whole bunch. What about imitating Ronald Reagan? That was Doug Piper's
We
idea.
need a Democrat to stand for us.
Skits, make a video, heavy decathlon. And to get this for a possible guest, Mr. and Mrs. Hatfield. Hey, how about that, huh? This one goes into the file. We're gonna work on that. Here's one from Rob Wayner. He thinks John Berkey ought to go punk. That was that's going in the throwaway.
Come on, John, you can do it.
I don't think so.
A little seaweed.
So we have something else now that we started last week, and it's the WCHS Today tote board. We have to we have to row for this one. To move this out a little bit so we can.
And there goes the light.
Just hold that into the wall in so that doesn't come with it. We'll
There.
just move this. I don't know if they can see that or not. Anyway, last week Jenna Volk donated some M&M cookies, but as people have been walking in tonight. As people have been walking in tonight, I've seen all kinds of food coming through, and so we're going to just take our donations with a smile, of course. We have a young man right here in the second row who has a donation. Would you please come up here, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have your name, please? Oh, you shot me again, John.
John, what are you donating?
Turn around.
What's
turn
the
around.
date?
Say hi
What's
to your
the
mom
date?
and dad.
Hi, Mom. Dad.
Okay. Name's John.
With an F. With an F.
With an F? Yeah, people always screw that one up, right? Okay, and what exactly are you donating?
I don't know. He dropped. Oh.
I think it says John Berkey tote board, maybe?
I don't see John
Okay.
Berkey at there.
I see WCHS
Which one
Today.
we put? Caramel. We might have a raffle. We'll give one away. Caramel bar. We'll put that. Okay.
Isn't there something that says never look a racehorse in the eye? Or a gift horse
We don't
in the
have
eye?
a racehorse up here. Anybody want to ship us a racehorse to make this?
Thanks, John. Thanks. But this doesn't give you 10 minutes of free airtime.
Let's hear it for John, people.
We have a young lady right back here who's an avid fan now of the show. She's our calendar girl sister. Come on out here. She has a donation to make.
Oh, more food.
Now, what exactly is this?
Cookies.
Did you make these yourself?
No.
Well, now wait.
Store-bought cookies.
No,
No.
they weren't.
Anne did.
Ann made them? So should we put Ann's name up or yours?
Well, one put both of them now.
Well, since your name's real close to hers, how about if we use the first letter of your name and the last two of hers? Huh?
Okay, yeah, good idea.
Her name's Jan. Okay. 3, 6, still. See that spell?
Sound effect.
Like ding dong? And what exactly do you call those now? We have to get the
Cookies. 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 One for Mike.
Mike, we're going to go find fish box. No. What do you call those? We have to be specific, you know.
7 letters.
7. Whoa. 7. Any other donations? Yeah. Okay, Jim Bob, come over here. You made a donation. Can I go get it? This is great. Get the donation, sure.
John, I got a $5 donation.
This show seems to be becoming more and more like a telethon.
Let's keep those toasts going on. Here's the number at the bottom of the screen.
When do we go back to Hollywood for our...
Oh.
This is from Jim Coleman.
He stole our heart with Doritos. Well, give that drummer
We're
some
going to have to
Doritos.
start getting a revolving toast. Okay. We have your Doritos. And what's the other thing?
D-O-S.
What's those?
Cookies. K-O-O-K-I-E-S.
Anyway, is that it for tonight? All right.
Yeah.
That
Move the wall back there.
we have mass confusion in the studio tonight.
Excuse me, can we have a gopher take this food back before John
No.
eats it?
No.
John?
No, we will give away one. How about we give away one caramel bar? No, we'll have a raffle and we'll give it away. Somebody want to make up name tags or something, or numbers? We'll have a raffle before the show's over. Okay. Anyway, so keep those.
There it goes. We got a refrigerator in there.
Oh, keep that food coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, tonight. You ready, Mr. Feaster, to proceed with the show? Okay.
Somebody seems to be a little preoccupied out there. Huh?
Anyway, tonight we got to get into the show. This toad thing is just beginning to take up more and more time than I can possibly imagine. But we have 3 people tonight from the spring musical, which is The Wizard
Of Oz.
of Oz.
Rough, the
And
Wizard.
here they are, ladies and gentlemen, the 3 people. I'm still the host.
Please me.
Yeah. Mike takes a little bit more each week.
I'm here to take the show.
Welcome to the show, gentlemen. This is Brian Coyle, Scott Sponsler, and what happened? You're not in the Surgeons anymore, are you? You thinking about getting back in? No. We're going to have a talk about this. That's Dan Hacker down there on the end, who is a former surgeon. So how are things on the Wizard of Oz going so far? How's practice going?
Great. Real great.
Is it all ready to put on? Because it starts, well, actually it starts tonight. It's going on right now as this show's on the air, right? No, so how is the show really ready?
We performed it today, this afternoon, for grade school kids.
Okay, how'd that go?
Great.
Not very good.
It didn't what?
There's too much light. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you can't control all the light. Okay, now when are the 3 performances going to be? They're going to be, what, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? And what time do they start?
8 o'clock.
And how much does it cost to get in?
$50 for students and $250 for adults.
And our activity pass is honored.
Yeah.
Still on ticket.
We'll talk about tickets a little later in the show, about my free pair. But now, what parts do you play? I assume you're the. Well, I don't assume. I know. Okay, we have. But which animals are you each, or whatever I want to say? No.
He's Scarecrow, he's the man, I'm Dorothy.
No,
No.
no, you're the lion. Lion. Lion.
You're the lion. Okay, you look like a lion. You look like you're a scarecrow.
Yeah.
You look like a scarecrow.
Yeah.
No. Dorothy was going to be here tonight, right? And
I
she
guess
couldn't.
was.
She couldn't.
She had church.
She couldn't make it. She had church. So I mean. I meant it for. Toto had to go to the vet. See, he wants to be host next year, and he gets in a little bit more and more each week. Who are some of the other leads in the play? Musical, I guess you ought to call it.
Jeff Younger, he's the wizard.
Okay.
Dana Wilson, she's a good witch. Which is a South.
So,
John Hartson, which is a North.
North.
Yeah.
That isn't our very own Jim Tallman here in the musical?
Mr. Mayor.
Mayor.
The Munchkin. No, we didn't mean to embarrass you, Jim. And he's not blushing, it's just the makeup he didn't get off, I think. Isn't this version, though, varying a little bit? Aren't you using some music from The Wiz?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a combination. Has this kind of thing been done before? Is this just something that the high school here chose to do?
What? The first time ever, you know.
In the whole world?
VHS original.
Yeah.
So it was, who kind of wrote it? I mean, to you know, as far as the fixing go.
Mr. Zimmerman,
Mr. Zimmerman.
drama director.
Okay, Zimmy, as we call him. No. So he's in charge of the. What about? There's some other teachers that work on it, right? Like Mrs. Zook, she's the music director in costume.
Mrs. Zuka,
She's choreography.
dance.
Dance. Hey, we have an intelligent audience. Mr.
Oh, HB.
Jim's our great cue card man. You can just shout it out. Now, have you all been in musicals before? Is this your first time?
I'm a sophomore now. My second one.
This is my, last year I did the sound, I was in,
Okay, so you worked on them before.
yeah.
Brian, have you been in them before?
Yeah. 2.
2 musicals? Which ones?
Annie and Wizard of Oz.
Did you have? Well, but I mean, in previous ones, did you have a big part in Annie, or was it just kind of a?
If you want to say 5 lines with 3 parts, no, you're not.
So how long have you been working on rehearsing the play?
3 months.
3 months. So weren't tryouts even before Christmas?
Yeah.
So you started practice right after Christmas? You've been practicing 3. How often do you have practice for this? Is it something that's every day?
Every day.
Every day.
Make my job all that more easier. And not weekends.
No.
So they don't work you real hard or anything like that.
No.
Well, while you're working on the musical, though, is that about the only thing you can do? Are you involved in any sports or anything?
Go tennis, yeah.
You on the tennis
I'm in
team? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but those are spring sports, so you just have to miss the first week or so of that?
Yeah. Practice for me is supposed to be the last time. 5:30 to 11. Long time.
So it gets over really late.
Yeah.
How do you get your homework done?
We don't.
Okay. Well, we want honest answers. So, I always ask this question when people from play or musical on or anything. Do you plan to make this a profession? Or do you really know?
No way.
I don't think so.
Just, why not? Just because that is too risky, you don't know whether you'd make it or not?
Yeah.
But you want to keep going on with this in high school, right? You're a freshman. What are you, Scott? What are you, Brian?
Sophomore.
You're a sophomore. So you've all got at least another year left. A couple of years. So you're going to be in musicals and that kind of thing throughout the rest of your high school career?
Most likely.
I love the way it flows down. Anyway, well, is there anything else you'd like to say to the people to make them come out to see this musical? I mean, do you really think it, obviously you must think it's a good production, right? How did the audience take it this afternoon? Did they seem to enjoy it? What?
They just kind of sensitive. But they're only in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, they're just,
Maybe they don't appreciate the true...
Yeah, I know.
right.
Okay, but people that come out in the evenings aren't just wanting to get out of school. Anyway, guys, before I let you go, we do need to talk free tickets here. Now, when I had the fall play on, I managed to get a pair of free tickets. I just wondered if anything could be worked out. I mean, think of the exposure you're getting.
You got an activity card?
No, I don't. Well, guys, listen, I'm not going to make you sit here, and, you guys can work something out if you want to pool your money to buy me those tickets. I don't know. I'm just kidding. No, I'm going to come, regardless of whether or not I get my free tickets. But if I didn't have to pay for it, it'd be even that much more fun. No. No, thanks a lot, guys, for coming here, and it's too bad we were going to have you come in costume, but I guess it takes, a long time to... Yeah, well, it takes a long time to get in them. How long does it take to get all the makeup on and...
Oh, me, it takes about an hour for makeup for me.
About an hour for makeup and everything?
Me, it's about 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, guys, I want to thank you for being here, and I hope everybody out there gets out to see the play. That's tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night.
Tomorrow night.
Guys, I'll see you later. No, thanks for being here. Jim, what exactly is that you're playing? What is it? Oh, I'm familiar with that. Sorry. Okay, let's see what we can do with the rest of the show. We have, oh, no, that...
No more music.
No, this has been a very musically oriented show, but we have two gentlemen now from the Army, and I don't think there's too much music behind in their... I don't think there's too much music in their background, but they're going to come out and tell us a little bit about it. Mike, you can come back. They're going to come out and tell us a little... If I said here, they...
Jim, let me give you a cue, okay?
No, they're going to come out and talk about the United States Army. Would you please welcome Sergeant Harris and Mike Ryke? Here they are. Okay, wait. Before we do anything, everybody just freeze. We have another donation. And what do I do with my marker?
Just dropped it right on the floor.
All right, Mike, did you bake these cookies yourself?
Yes, I did, yes.
Honest?
Yeah.
Are they safe to eat? All right, we have one boy. I can't believe this tote board's almost run out. Now, how do you spell your last name?
R-O-D.
C-A-Y. C. Almost did a K. All right.
It's okay, it looks like a C of me.
And, no, these look like chocolate chip cookies. That's what they are. Wasn't sure. C. Cookies.
I love this job.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like Mr. Plessner at the Blackburn. Okay, one more. I love it. I am going to go home and have a binge tonight, I'm telling you. Yeah. You don't know where my house is. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. Now, you're a Sergeant Harris. You work at the Marine, or not the Marine. Why do I want? Been watching too much of Gomer Pyle. No, at the Army Recruiting Center, which is right up the street here, right?
Yes.
And so your only job is what, to recruit people into the Army?
Right, in the reserves.
Okay, and just into the reserves? Kind of, how's the reserves different from the regular Army as we know it?
Reserves is part-time job, 1 week in a month, and 2 weeks out of the summer. And the Red Army is where you go. And you got jobs year-round for it. So it's just a part-time.
So the reserves is a part-time job then, and so you try and recruit people into that.
Yes.
How do you go about recruiting people? Do you just, I mean, do you? I've seen like commercials on TV. I'm sure that's part of it. And then,
I'm sorry.
no, and then what? They come up to your office maybe if they're interested and
Yes.
talk to you. Is that the way it works?
Either that or they send in for some information. We get a card back through the system, and we call them to see if they're interested.
Okay. Now, what is your rank in the Army?
I'm a sergeant first class,
Sergeant first. How long have you been in the Army?
14 years.
Okay. So are you? So you're full-time
Right.
Army person. Why did you originally get in the Army? Well, I guess there was probably a draft when you went in, wasn't there? No, is that?
That was,
that was
one of the main reasons I joined the reserves. Yes.
Well, how come you stayed with it?
I enjoyed it. I had my 6-year commitment in. Part-time money was good, and I just decided to continue on with it.
So do you plan on making a career for life out of this?
Well, another 6 years, I don't know.
At least. So you kind of go from there
Right.
after you see what happens after that. Now, the reason you brought Mike here is because I think he has just joined the Army, right?
Yes.
And are you in the reserves?
Yes.
Okay, are you in already, or?
Yeah, I serve weekends for now until I get back from basic.
Okay, so have you been to basic?
No, I haven't.
When will you do that?
I leave in July, 6 weeks after graduation.
Now, are you looking forward to basic training? I mean, everybody, no,
Well-
everybody's heard stories about, is it really that bad? Maybe we could ask the sergeant here, you might.
It's been 14 years since I've been through it. It has changed a lot since I went through it, but
Has it gotten easier or harder?
it's gotten a little easier. The standards aren't as high now as they used to be for physical activity.
Now, Mike, why did you decide to join the Army?
There's no jobs. There's, there's seriously,
That's true,
there's
no.
just nothing. I mean, I looked.
So you were kind of looking at what you do after high school, and you
Yeah.
didn't.
I thought I'd make my decision. I'd get mail from the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, all of them. And my brother went in, and I thought, well, might as well make my life out of the Army.
How come you chose the Army, though? You mentioned, of course, the other. Why the Army over?
Highest bonus. Air Force, they offered me a $1,000 bonus, and Army gave me a $2,000 bonus.
Okay, so there's more money in it.
Yeah.
Now, what about why did you choose the Army? Was it now you said you were drafted, but I mean, why did you not choose to go in one of the other armed forces?
I really, didn't even think about it at the time. I just went into the Army.
Do you think? I'm sure now a lot of people that come to you, talking about, thinking about joining up, certainly are thinking about some of the other armed forces. What can you tell them? Do you think the Army's better?
Well, my personal opinion, yes, I do.
How come?
Because of the educational assistance and cash bonus programs. You know, the other branches have them too, but I think we have a little more to offer than they do.
Well, how's it really different, like, in what you do from day-to-day activities when you're in the Army? Is it really that much different?
Depending on what kind of job you get. Majority of the jobs are 8 to 5 jobs. Unless you pull a combat arm-related job, then you might be spending time in the field. So that can,
So it could vary a lot
Right.
from even what job in the Army you have or in
yes.
the other armed forces, so it could be completely different. Now, Mike, you mentioned something about weekends, a little earlier that you have to go to before even the basic training. What do you do there?
Well, this week this month we have to set up a 5,000-gallon tanker. See, the job that I'm in, we are curtailed in truck driving where we carry out water, that kind of stuff to the battle side or...
I don't know.
You know more about this than I do. No, we're the guys that carry out all the materials. So like if we were mobilized, they said we would go out to battlefield with like ammunition, all this kind of stuff. Food, water, all that.
So now people in the Army really do wear these? I mean,
No, John, I just went out and bought this,
Well, no, it's become kind of, popular lately, just to wear these, fatigues, I guess, around, and so they still wear this in the Army that looks like this. So now you can be in style while you're in the Army, right? At the same time. Then you have on Army boots there too, right?
Yeah.
Now, is this all like regulation stuff? I mean, it's
Every month, we either have a 1-day or a 2-day weekend. And if you have a 2-day weekend, each morning when you start, you are all lined up into formation. You have inspection. That's where they go over your top, your legs, and your boots and everything, make sure it's fit for inspection.
So you have to be...
You have to be
all
tidy.
That kind of stuff. Now,
Yeah.
I forgot, did you mention whether or not you were in the reserves, or are you going in?
Yeah, I'm in reserves.
You will be in the reserves then. So what are you going to do, though, after high school besides that?
Well, I'll leave for basic. I'll be in the basic for about 4 months, and then afterwards I'm back home. I mean, I'm not like...
So you will try and get another job, maybe?
Yeah, I'll
But this will
be
be
going to
at least some.
college. Well, hopefully
you
I'll
are
be going
planning on going to college?
Yeah,
Do you know where you're planning on going?
ICC.
So you're going to go there for, 2 years?
Yeah.
Do you have any plans past that? I mean, we're asking you to map your whole life out, right? No, we're not asking that, but
No,
do you have
see,
any plans past
I've
that?
enlisted for 8 years, so
So you have to be in the reserves for 8 years then?
Right. I have to serve my weekend a month and my 2 weeks during the summer.
Now,
That
what
is
if you ever
required.
wanted to get out of that? Is it possible
You can
to
ask
break
him
that?
about that.
Okay,
I
I'll
have
ask
no
you,
idea.
Sergeant. Is there any way that you can break that contract?
It's a contract, and the reserves honor their portion of the contract for cash bonuses and training of choice, and of course we like to have the people honor their portion of the contract.
Yeah.
There are, you can get out on medical reasons. If you're a female, if you become pregnant, you can get out that way. So there is hardship disabilities too that you can get out if you have a family hardship.
Honorable discharges otherwise.
Yes.
I would assume that you think going into the Army Reserves or just in the Army itself after high school is a good move to make, right?
Right.
Isn't there a lot of money you can get for college by doing
Yes,
that?
they offer $1,000 a year for 4 years for college education if you're a high school diploma grad and you cut high enough on the entrance test. And they also have a loan forgiveness program that they offer for the upper middle category, and you can get up to $10,000 guaranteed student loans paid off through the reserves.
So do you think it's a smart thing to do?
If you need money for college, yes.
Do you think it is in all cases, or are you just saying in some people's cases it is?
Well, it's, each person has their own, what they want to do with their life and, their needs. So if it fits in your needs, it's a good program.
Well, what about the draft? We mentioned that earlier. Do you think that'll ever come back? I mean, there's talk, I think. I've read stuff about, how that
I have no
how
idea.
that might come back. Do you really?
No.
You haven't heard about that?
We read the newspapers, and we have no inside scoop if it's going to come back or not.
as I mentioned to you earlier, I was up at the recruiting center one time this summer with a friend who's trying to enlist or whatever, and believe me, if you knew this person, yeah. No, but one of the people up there recruiting was saying a lot of, mentioning how he thought the draft was coming back, and you know, I don't know whether that was just recruiting tactics or
You
what.
know, it's
but-
probably, you know, his personal opinion, you know.
Yeah.
I always said to myself, they'll never get me. I mean, he'd always call me up and say, well, would you like, you know, take the test? I'd say, well, I'm not going in. You have to draft me. Something got into me that, hey,
Yeah.
you have no job after high school. You have nothing. Why don't you pick the Army or
So
look
you
into
sat
it?
down and thought that in your situation it really was the...
I'd stay home for weekends
Smart
just
thing
thinking
to-
about it.
Okay.
No, I decided to go in because, like I said, there's nothing after high school. I not really qualified for any jobs. I've only had like a dishwashing job, and that ain't gonna get you nowhere. So like when you after coming back from basic, I'll be qualified in my field if I qualify. To where like I can go out to ICC, get a scholarship for truck
What field are
driving.
you going to be working in?
I'm in 724 Trans, which is a transportation company, and we're majorly just truck drivers.
Okay, so you'll kind of learn how to do that then.
Yeah.
And
That's what I want to pursue. Aside from the Army, being a truck driver for them, you know, I wanted to get a job driving a truck for somebody else.
yeah. Do you want to give an address or anything while you're here? I mean, you might as well plug it.
200 West Peoria Street, 1 block this side of the Washington Square.
So now, as you said, people can write to you and what you'll send pamphlets,
Just stop by,
or they can stop by too in
Call.
person
call,
or call,
yeah, numbers in the phone book.
telegraph, anything.
Yeah, send out a smoke signal. I'll come out.
Anyway, guys, I really want to thank you for coming here. You can just sit here for a minute. We have, I believe, a preview of next week's show, if I'm not mistaken. We have, I don't know exactly what this is. They're going to have to come up and explain it. Well, I guess, I'm sorry, you guys are going to have to get up, I guess, and leave. They have to sit down, so thanks for being here. All right. Now we have, they look pretty funny. Come on out, guys. Now you're going to be doing something here next week, right? This is kind of like
Yes.
a preview. What are you going to be doing?
We're movie reviewers.
Movie reviewers.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
movie are you going to be reviewing?
We're going to be doing many movies.
A lot of movies?
Yeah. Very many.
You remind me. Do you ever wear a sweater? You look like just like Gene Siskel, you know.
I
with
hate
the
that guy.
Do you go to movies like this?
We go to movies every week.
But like that, though.
Sometimes.
Sometimes we forget to know them.
But, you know, the nose. You forget your nose. You never do that.
How do you eat popcorn when it's like that?
You can just stick it right in.
Well, we don't want to give. We don't want to.
We usually go to a movie each week, even if it is a very stupid movie.
We like stupid movies.
Yeah.
So if you're going to so next week when you review a movie and you say we've got a good movie, it's going to be stupid.
Yeah, it's either gonna be like this, or this.
That's
Or like this.
Hard telling, really. And when we run out of movies, we're gonna go in for TV shows or commercials too.
TV shows.
Yeah.
What TV shows do you think about doing?
All
Miss
the
Rogers'
stupid
Neighborhood,
ones.
All
maybe?
the yeah. All,
Maybe.
I heard he died. I don't know if that's true or not.
Who died?
Mr. Rogers. died.
No, Miss
Miss
Rogers.
Rogers.
Oh,
the
Miss
show
Rogers.
produced right here in the
okay, they
studio.
said Mr.
We could do them both.
No,
We
you
could
could
do
do
it.
them, but you could compare them.
Yeah.
Miss Rogers doesn't have goldfish yet, does she? I don't think so.
No.
Well, guys, listen, we don't want to give too much away, so thanks for
Okay.
coming out for a preview.
All right.
And that,
Be sure to watch us next week.
We'll be on next week.
And the week
Good.
after that, hopefully.
that wraps up tonight's show because I've got more food down here than I know what to do with. So we'll be back next week with these guys and much more fun. So see you next week.
Yeah!